Hi, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Eddie Marcus. I'm God's man out here telling you, as I said I was going to do, take you back in time to let you know that God has been using me for quite some time to share a message to you about His love for you. And using a little bit of history for those of you who've never heard about me, to share with you some of the steps and the paths that I've traveled that I've done in the name of love. And this little article here is another article for a newspaper. Sometimes I can get some articles written in a paper. And the subject of this article is, do you mind if I call you a fool? And it reads, January 6, 2010. Dear fools, if I called you a fool, you would probably get angry with me, but only a fool would settle for the kind of life you are living. When the power that created the entire existence, including you, prepared for you to live here on earth at this time as if you are a millionaire, all your needs getting met. A fool wouldn't allow some strange folk to come up with a system that robs them, their children, parents, and entire family of this heavenly life and settle for only enough to get by with. Many fools can't get by, feeding from food shelves, living in shelters, on food stamps, in the cold and under bridges, committing crimes, going to jail for trying to get by on what the strange folk permit them to do. Anyone that accepts that conduct doesn't matter to these strange folk and don't deserve the good things God has prepared for them and must be a fool. But you are not a fool. You have just been misled, and since you are not fools, I can count on you to stop acting like fools. Many fools invested in what they call the American dream, only to have it stripped from under them. Their homes were taken and sold to the highest bidder. They lost their jobs and credit, lost their health care, can't afford to go to school or send their children. For those that got a little change left, it is used to pay fees and fines and taxes and costs for services. If this is not enough, banks and other financial institutions are robbing the customers at will. Persons on fixed incomes are experiencing cutbacks that results in killing sprees. Others are driven to abuse drugs through usage of or selling. Still others are selling their bodies for sex and baby chambers. Whew. Only fools will allow this to continue. Minneapolis Mayor Ryback wants to be governor of Minnesota, and Governor Pawlenty wants to be president of the United States. Minneapolis is suffering, and so is the state of Minnesota. In spite of this, these men run because to them you are fools, and you will vote for them anyway. This time you will show them you are not fools. This time they will know that you require them to produce for all citizens, Republicans and Democrats alike. The game of divide and conquer is over. We have learned how big a fool we can be, but we are teaching you that we are not a fool no longer. Oh, this was done at a time when I was spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. And here again, ladies and gentlemen, God is good. Believe me.